This is Sam with Backcountry Life, and we're out doing a test on mode 1 today, and so we're going to track how many miles and how long. So we got 10 seconds in and we'll get going. So turn it on, fully charged. Switch to mode 1. That's it. So mode 1's it's got regenerative braking. It's a lot slower. This is one for you. So yeah, this is mode 1, you guys. It's super slow. Has regenerative braking. I definitely can feel the engine braking, I guess, so to speak, which is interesting. Getting over logs on mode 1 is no power and all technique. I got my boy Milo here. So like we said, this is just a normal ride. Like, we're not doing anything hardcore, but we also want to kind of show how it is. So we're up on our home turf, cruising the trails. Like, if someone wanted to just burn around and have fun, not do anything too crazy and gnarly, you know, like we're still gonna do some fun stuff, like ride through the sinkholes and stuff. Yeah, to see how long it lasts. So we started at 11:10. Let's see if Milo wants to go down it or not. We're going to try to consistently ride it as much as possible. I mean, there will be stops. That's just normal riding kind of a deal, you know. So this is still mode 1, guys. Like, I mean, that's full tilt, but it's just super smooth. Not comfortable at all. Hope Milo doesn't foul a plug. We've been having issues with that. I gotta maybe adjust his electron. So try to keep the dust down for him a little bit. So we're gonna see how long his battery lasts. Mine'll probably run out of gas before me. 2 hours, so. We'll go up here. So we're gonna just burn up the road. So like I said, it's still on mode 1. So this is like the fastest it'll go, which is not that fast. People all working on Saturdays. Someone doing a lot of work there. Look at that. So I'm like almost full throttle. This is as fast as we're going. We broke the screen, so I don't know what to say as far as top speed is, but this is like, oh man, you feel that engine brake and really like let go, like it's like a big 4-stroke and shoves you forward, which is kind of fun. Someone built the trail right there. I bet you I could ride that. Behind someone's house. So I apologize for the scenery. It's not as nice as we normally do, like, you know, in single track, but This is just a test. Now there's some turkeys. And I'm gonna test it somewhere that I know where everything is, so that if I run out of power somewhere, I can get back to the truck or really easy. And I got my boy with me to do some cruising. You know, this is the type of bike that I feel is perfect for that, where, you know, you can just cruise in a turkey and have fun. Like I always say, every time I get on this bike, it feels super light and nimble and fun. Now the downsides is the run time's not very long. That's kind of a killer. But I think that'll get better with time. You know, if they just added on mode 3, if they just added an extra half hour and it was, you know, 2 hours versus just 1, I think that would be pretty sweet. So now that we went up that, we also got to go down all of that, which means regenerative power. We'll see if it makes a difference or not, but it definitely slows you down when you do it. It's like, all right, so up here, looks like it's good dirt. I kind of wish this was on 3 so I could really rit, but it's not. So, but 1, going down this, still going at a good clip. It's just nice and smooth and easy, doesn't rip your arms off. So like, if you didn't want a wheelie or something like that, you didn't have to when you're under power or something like that. It's slow. One power barely made it up that. We're hitting some snow. Wow, I was up here just the other day. This was all covered. It's amazing how fast things change. So just like ripping around, like this is really docile power, guys. Like it really is, like that's full all the way down, and see how fast, and then it just kind of signs off a little bit. So just cruising down trails and stuff, like, and you're not really all that worried. My sprinklers on my house are stuck on, so just my wife had to go turn off the main sprinkler line, which is no fun. So we'll see how far the snow is here. Wow, it's really melted. Last time this was all covered with snow. And I used Power 3 to get through this stuff, but I don't know if I can. And those look like huge moose tracks. All right, so is the end of the road, Jack. So I'm not going to film everything because this will last for 2 hours, so that way you guys will just magic it at editing, just see all the good parts. Okay, do you want to flip around and go back? The joys of kickstart. So pivot turn on one, I don't know, we'll see. Move it so you can get a better angle. It's also harder when you don't have as big as wheels. I can't get that around. That was me just pulling the bike up. So now we're going back down some hills. So let's see if that's gonna put power back in the battery like it says. It does take some time getting used to. Whenever you get back on this bike, you get used to the switching of the brakes. You know, switch the rear brake up here. Right now the dirt's pretty good, and even though this trials tire, which, you know, I think John Howard from his other channel is always telling me to switch, but yeah, I will switch to a different tire. But we're just testing it, how they come out of the box is just kind of part of the thing, you know, because everyone's got different preferences as, you know, tires and what they're going to do to the bike and different springs, and that totally cool. Go for it. Like, I think you should do that totally. But for just education purposes, we don't have any, you know, we don't have any real experience with these bikes, and so we're just trying to give you a, you know, a peek at what it looks like right out of the box and what to expect right out of the box. Like for us guys out here in the West, like this trials tire is just actually not that good. Like, I don't like it. It's fine, but it just doesn't hook up as much as I'd like. But we're testing it how it is. Oh, that's... Woo! Going back up the hill. So they say that this battery on one's supposed to last almost 3 hours, but we will see if it does or not. You know, the power mode 1 was pretty close. We started at 336 and ended at 506. And there was some stopping, you know, and times where it wasn't going full tilt. That's just part of... I rode by myself last time on mode 3, which, you know, I rode a lot and a lot faster and everything, but mode 1's not necessarily meant to be your fire breathing fast. So I'm just doing a leisure ride like I would with my boy, cruising the trails, trying not to get too far ahead of him. Rained up here, which the dirt is really good. Makes me kind of wish I had my big bike too, or at least another battery to switch it to do mode 3. But that's the other crazy thing about these bikes is you can switch the battery out. That is entirely possible. The new battery is $3,500, You know, I've heard that guys are building their own batteries for a lot cheaper, so that might be a possibility. I don't know. I don't want to spend the time to research all of that, but you know, the joke is if I was wealthy, I'd have a professional mechanic, because I like riding my bikes, not working on them. So that's just me personally. But it's a cool, different experience just being able to cruise without a ton of noise. You know, like, I like it, but you know, brand new, for those that don't know, like, these aren't cheap. You know, I think Richard paid $11,500 for this bad boy. Ooh, growl. Ooh, growl. So I actually heard the flaps of the wing, and that's why I saw it, which is kind of cool. So you could go still at a pretty good clip on one. You know, this is one. I wouldn't say I'm pushing it, but it's still a good clip. Tried to jump the jump that we dug. See if I could catch Milo going around it. He might already be on it. Where is he? He's going. Either that or he's not here. Oh, there he is.
That was like a little tiny BMX track. I could barely even get through that.
Yeah, we built that. Me and Richard and cousin Mike.
I was like, this looks like you guys built that.
And we used to have a huge fort there, but it fell down.
That's bad.
How you doing?
Good. I had to go down so low, and I went like that. And I hit my goggles.
Nice.
Like trees, like.
You know, because a lot of guys wanted to wonder, like, how long will it last on one, you know, so that if they have, like, a place they ride, they can burn out and burn back to. You know, and this is obviously an ATV trail, so it's not as gnarly as, you know, some single track, but a lot of guys won't be riding single track like this, where little rocks and a little bit of roots here and there. You know, I know back east it's a lot tighter and it quadrupled the roots, but you know, I'm about mid to half throttle. Well, that's the same thing. So I'm about mid throttle and sometimes full throttle on it, just because, you know. But woo! So this is full tilt. I was I'm completely hammered down. All she got. So still good, pretty fast pace. Oh yeah, I got some air on one, guys. Woo-hoo! Man, I love it up here. It's so pretty. The spring's just coming. So I was told by the dealership that we bought this from that there's only like 100 of 2020s that are coming here to the States, so there's not that many. So it's still probably considered a pilot or almost like a prototype type bike. But it's interesting to note that KTM did release their KTM SX5E bike, which is an electric kids bike, to replace their SX50 and maybe even their 65. Those are really cool. Those are like five grand, I think, but they have more modes for your kid. So if you're learning, like, one of those little KTM bikes might be like a perfect bike because no noise pollution, no one gets mad, quiet, you can rip around in the backyard, but then it's just docile power. And then as your kid gets better, instead of having to go buy a whole new bike, you literally just switch the mode up. And Chris O'Keefer even said it was like he would use it like as a motivation, like a level up on, you know, because kids are used to gaming, which was kind of a cool. So I think if you're a beginner, maybe you could get close to 2 hours if you're going really slow. I think the average would be probably 40 minutes on a battery. If your kid's racing, it's going to be like 25-30 minutes. The batteries for those are like 850 bucks. It does take 110. The KTM charger is a 110 charger, where this one, you know, the KTM, this Freeride is a 220, which is I mean, it's not bad if you got 220 in your garage, but I don't have it in my garage, and so I'm hauling my battery up to every time I gotta charge it to where my upstairs, to where my washroom is, where I have my dryer. So I'm looking into getting 220 installed in my garage, but with the way things are with the trades, it's kind of been tough getting someone to come to the house because everyone's so busy. But so now we're going downhill, and so I'm not touching it, and this is the regenerative braking. Yeah, I guess you know, with ice bikes we call it engine braking. So that's kind of cool. It really is just super slow, like it's nothing. So I got to go all the way down the canyon. So I would be surprised, you know, I wish I had a way to figure out like how much power it was putting back into it. I'm sure some of you guys that are way smarter than me would know how to do that, but I don't. So we're gonna just coast down this bad boy and hit you guys back on a trail here in a second. So we started like 11:30, 11:51, still full power. Whoa! Down here in the muddy river. So there are some guys that ride their free rides through stuff like rivers and deep stuff. I'm not that excited to do that, to be completely honest. Maybe back when we used to ride our ATVs through it, but whew. Oh. Alright, so let's see if I can clear that, you know. That's fun. A little bit more challenge when you don't have the power. To get over it, so trying to land right and then perfect downhill, because I really could go goose. Woo, front end slipped out. Could really goose it and just completely clear it, but huh? It's fun, huh? It's fun! That one was a lot better. I'm just doing the stand-up routine. I used to hit this for hours on my ATV and also on my CR250 CRF 250 GAX. But I don't know why, but it just feels fun on this little sucker. There's Milo's waiting. Let's switch over to this one. Oh yeah! So it's like my big bike, because it's a lot taller and the suspension's bigger. It is better when it comes to this stuff, but it's super fun. Because it's like a big, huge pit bike. I don't know what else to say. Like it's just fun, and you have good power. It's good practice for Milo too, hitting the same stuff over and over again. Oh yeah, that one was perfect on the downhill and everything. Woo! That was part of the practice. Oh, he cleared it. Yeah, buddy. It's scary. It's scary to clear stuff for the first time. Good job, Milo. Whoa! You want to keep hitting that, or what do you want to do?
I'm following you.
Okay. Good job for clearing it. How did that feel?
That was so fun.
Smooth, huh?
Yeah. My hand, I need to stretch it. It is aching so bad.
Good job, Milo. Says we got a lot of time. Gonna ride all these trails backwards. Alright, so there's a dead stop up a hill. It's slowly just going, creeping up. So I think if it was any steeper, it wouldn't actually make it. It's going from a dead stop. Like right here. That's the dead stop. No, it's just going. Maybe I have to find a steeper hill. Yeah! Alright, so the boy's on a 65. Let's see if I can hang with him on mode 1. Yeah, full tilt. Pretty bumpy, and I'm always surprised how well these forks do, you know? So I am full power though. This whole way up, nice. No rocks or anything really to worry about. All right, so here's a steeper trail. All right, that's full all the way down. It's slowly climbing. Slowly. It almost seems like, oh, there it goes, starting in the higher. Been up here earlier. There's a fire line trail, guys, for those that are long-time watchers. I've seen that in the wintertime. Forest Service, a big fire up here a little while back, up on the top, and first service came and cut some trails, which we're very grateful for the wintertime. Yeah. Springtime, there are not even any trees got the leaves yet. like that with the corner, that's all the way pinned on. Remember guys, mode 1, I could switch it to a different mode to get up some of that stuff, but this is the mode 1 test. Excellent, dude. Super skinny, which is kind of interesting. Feels just different. You know, up here on the top of the seat, you're gripping it with your knees. Yeah. Now we're going back down. Man, it is bumpy in here. Single track. Looks like we're down to 50% power. It's 12:16. Started 11:30ish. Right there. It's the way to get out of the ravine. Jeez, that was full power. So in scenarios like this, having a mode 3 to get out of that would be ideal. Or like this is straight up and it's just not really going anywhere as I have to paddle. we're down to the bottom half of the battery. Let's see how long it lasts. It's 227. So that's an hour. We've got an hour. About an hour into it. That's faster than I thought it would burn, to be honest with you. Maybe the bottom takes longer, eh? Alright, so we're going to test. I'm going to go full speed, then let off the gas, see how long it takes for the engine braking and the regenerative braking to stop the motor. I mean, obviously can't tell on a GoPro, but we are going downhill. There it is, it's still cranking, still going really slow. Not stopping it completely. Slippery. Yeah. Oh, that's 244 pounds. Alright guys, had to stop and change the battery in the GoPro. Took a couple minutes. But like I said, that's a normal thing, is having to change batteries if they stop for whatever reason. Oh man, it's getting steep and one is crawling. I don't know if we're gonna make it up this, guys, because it gets loose and rocky up here. I don't know, hopefully that was the steepest bit, but let's get my momentum around each one of these corners to make sure I get enough speed. Yeah, and I get it, like, in terrain like this, you would totally shift down to, or mode 3, right? I get it. But, oh man, it's struggling, guys. Now, the power does get less and less as the battery drains. It delivers less and less power, so that's part of the reason why it's going so slow. But it crawled up that. Now it's probably going to drain a lot more power than it is going to regenerate on the way down, but this is real world riding. Yeah, I get it's an ATV trawler, 2-track, not single track. But like I said, I'm close to where I can get back, and I know these trails, so I know about how long they are. riding home court, you know. Whoa! Come on, Bessie. Don't want to get poked, holes poked. I'm not running tubeless. Oh man, come on, are we gonna make it up, dude? Ow. Yeah, there's some single track here, but like I said, being on mode 1, I don't know how far I'm gonna be able to get, because look how steep that sucker is. I need more power. So, need somewhere to turn around at. Dusty brakes, they start to squeak, especially on these ones. Super annoying. So now we're going downhill on this bad boy. Let's see how long the battery takes. I actually would, on big downhills like this, I'd probably stop and switch it to, I mean, if you're not racing or anything, you don't care about your time, I'd probably switch to 1, because it does hold you back going downhill too, kind of like a 4-stroke would. You know, I'm a 2-stroke guy, so I'm used to just pretty much freewheeling it. The brakes they're okay. I thought they were good, but the more I use them, the more I'm like, nah, they're just alright. Not terrible, but wish they had a little bit more bite to them, like the normal KTMs do. But this is steep enough that the engine braking, or the regenerative braking, or whatever you want to call it, I don't know, isn't going to slow me down enough. So we're hard on the brakes here. Ow! Whipped a branch. Because grass gets a little bit slippery when you're under. Hard braking. Got down that, we're still 20 to 30%. So we're down to the very bottom. It's not flashing yet. So red's 20 to 10% and flashing red's 10 to 0%. So we're at 10 to 20% battery left. See how long it goes. It's 113. Still testing it out. So you can wheelie if you get a little bit of help, but just from a dead stop, it's pretty hard when it's on mode 1. Mode 3 you can wheelie just fine. Ooh, on the brakes. The tire does not want to stop. Not grab. Maybe it's the brake. We'll see if we switch the tire once I wear this sucker out. Still not. Ooh. Alright, let's hit our little rhythm section. Yeah, I know guys, these jumps aren't big, but I don't care, it's fun. Whoa! Oh, it's too steep. That one's good. That one's decent. Cool. Flat landing. Approach this at a different angle than I have that. Is it? Yeah, still not bleeping red. Time to go back up. Down, up and down. Alright guys, I don't know, the power seems to be slowly going. So like that. All she wrote. Normally that's a lot faster. Alright, I wasn't sure if I was on. So here it's on 1. And we're creeping. Getting to the end, it's still not flashing, so it's still saying it's got 10 to 20%. My guess is we're on the down on the end of that. Man, it is a fun bike to ride though. It's not intimidating, it's pretty well balanced. The suspension, oh there we go, so now it's blinking. So we got 10% battery life, yeah. And I did feel kind of like the battery's just going really slow to get it home, kind of a deal. So that's actually something to keep in mind. Like even if you can get it to go for a long ways, if you're out in a section where you're coming back and this hills are steep or it's gnarly, like this is just like I'm pinned. That's as fast as I can go. So I'll go downhill to see. Get some power back or not. I'll try not touch the throttle at all, so that it recharges itself. I can even get aerodynamic, because that's really the problem. Like, it's one thing like to be able to run out of gas on your dirt bike, because A, you could be carrying gas with you, or B, you could go get gas and just bring it back. But this one, you would have to haul in a new battery or take the battery out and haul it out, and this battery's like 60 something pounds. It's not light at all. It's heavy. And the problem is with, or you gotta haul a generator in, you can't do that. So for guys out here out west, I can understand the complaint of, well, it just doesn't, I'm actually gonna flip around and just ride that for a sec. It doesn't have enough run time. But for like places like close to the house and just quick burns, like on Mo 3, it's an hour and a half. That's a pretty good session. I feel like I have a little more power going back up here. Maybe the regenerative stuff did work. Maybe it'll just go boop, boop, beep and be done. So that's did give me a little bit more power, but now I'm back to little or nothing kind of a deal. So the length, obviously, of going down didn't put near as much power is the length of going up versus the length of going down. So obviously it's pretty obvious that it's not going to be the same, but it did give me a little bit more power for a couple hundred yards. So technically speaking, this could put battery back into it. I'm charging it, but I'm starting to get bored, so we'll see how long it takes for me to not be bored. So on the flat, like, let's see how far we make it this time. Press the turn around. Ah. Now I'll go back downhill, put a little more power back in the battery, I'm guessing. Should go further down and not touch the battery. Alright, now I'm gonna go downhill and see if we can put more battery in there. Power in the battery, I mean. Not even turning the throttle. Got the brake, but the engine braking is really keeping it under a pretty good speed. Switch the lanes. I'll put a little power back into it, but see, that's the problem with mode 1 is, even though the battery is still not dead. Hey, Scout. I'm gonna ride it on the road here. Pavement seems to be easier for it. Still going. See that, this last little bit's actually to me just completely a waste because you don't have power to even go up hills very much. So to me it's almost like it's worthless. We'll try to go as fast as we can up the road. It's going. And it does. It goes the road. It does. I'm still going. We'll run it out. Going faster now. See if it'll kill it or not. My hand's tired. Hold it wide open. So going up a road, it'll go, but up dirt, for whatever reason, it won't. So it's starting to slow down. Let's see if it gives us the ghost or not. So this is the problem, is like there'll be still battery life, but we won't have enough speed to get going. But then I can go downhill now and drain it. I mean, recharge it. So we've got about 2 hours run time from it so far. Realistically, I think real run time is actually less than that. We'll see how many miles we went. And I was pushing it, I was riding hard, doing things, but then I also stopped and messed about. But you know, like now we're going downhill. How long is it gonna charge as well? Get on this side. So technically we're putting power back into it, but I'm going so slow that I'm getting bored. So if you were in flatlands, then who knows, but if it's ups and downs, you'd think it would be the same, but I don't really know. Still going. So it's like with this, you can do all day, because you can go ride. Huh? You don't have to follow me around. You can go ride.
The bike guy?
Not yet. It's still going. Now on flat ground, slowly gaining speed, so if you had enough flat to get somewhere, you could go. But a little bit more run that time. So, I mean, guys, I mean, it's technically still going, but like it's pretty much useless power. I mean, I sit here and do full lock turns, practice, right? Well, you gotta, it's so slow that barely any. So like it's still going, but it hasn't died yet. Slow. Figure eights. Just wouldn't roll around. I didn't have no speed. Man, I'm getting bored. So even though the battery still says there's some in it, like there's not enough juice to go up this hill. I mean, you could get off it and walk it, I guess, so that's one option. Alright guys, we're down to the last bit, but it's still going, but you get the speed to go up here. And it's just like nothing. So like that, it's still going. keeps regenerating itself. Even if I go up the hill, still got nothing. So now downhill, we're gonna give it a little bit extra long. So this is like a total waste. Like, I'd almost rather just kill the battery, because like getting up these hills, you can't do much. I mean, I guess you could get off and it'll help it, but I'm afraid of like going further down, because like I can't get enough momentum to go up. But it still says it's got power. Which in reality it doesn't. I mean maybe allow you to push your bike out. But that's about it, you know. Got more out of it that time. Do the old pedal bike pump. Alright, I am super bored. This is annoying. Just doing this over and over again. Still going. Kind of useless. It'll go on flat ground and on pavement. But up hills, no. So that's everything. But if you get off, it'll move again. It's all 200 something pounds of me with all my gear. But I'm running pretty light on my backpack right now. I don't got any water or anything in there. There it went. Finally. No more, guys. It's 1:45. Like it is just beeping. Alright. Let's see.
So there you have it, guys. 2 hours, 36 minutes, and 38 seconds. 26.3 miles. But as you noticed, it definitely, towards the end there, was basically useless, not something that you'd want to actually be riding or be useful. So 26 miles, just over 2.5 hours, and that is the end of Mode 1. If you liked the video, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, comment below, let us know what you think of this bike and what you think of the Mode 1 test, what else you want us to do with this bike, and also make sure to check out the giveaway. We are giving away this bike, so check that out at bclmtn.com. Thanks for watching, guys.